Hello, my friends. This is Wake Angel 2001, and I am coming at you with something that I have low key kind of wanted for years. It is a Mars Converters valve charger. Yeah, the Mars Converters are kind of an interesting toy line in that they're kind of not Transformers, made by, I believe the company is Happy Kid Toy. Well, the thing is, they're never consistently available in stores. Like, you can't go into a toy section at like a Target or Macy's or whatever and just find the Mars Converters. These things only ever seem to pop up in, like in my cases, local pharmacy stores like CVS or Walgreens, and even then only around the holiday seasons. So it's just something that's kind of difficult to find. And then when they actually do arrive in stores, they usually only have the characters that I wasn't really interested in. The reason why I needed a valve charger specifically is because of the vehicle mode. It's basically a stylized version of a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. It's a really sexy muscle car. Although I do not believe the headlights light up. It does not have any kind of electronic gimmickry. So yeah, like just for the novelty of having this customized muscle car in such a classic design as a transforming robot figure, like that's kind of awesome in and of itself. I think Hasbro only ever did this for like one of the Revenge of the Fallen Scouts, which was awesome when it happened, but never happened again. So if you look, there is a wide variety of figures in this series. I thought the Accelerator is kind of cool. It has more of a sports car Lamborghini mode thing going on, and the ones that transform into dinosaurs, they're not as cool. Like their dinosaur modes look kind of interesting, but their robot modes suffer. And not pictured in the back of the box that I saw in the store is apparently there's a new robotic Brachiosaurus figure now. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So we are going to get Valve Charger out of his open box packaging and see if this figure is actually worth the $13 that he actually costs. Yeah, that's right. These things cost $13, $12.99. So yeah, like I said, really great if you can find them, but the hard part is availability. So here is Valve Charger out of the packaging, and I have my camera zoomed out as far as it'll go and physically as far back as I can put it without fear of it falling off the stage, because this guy is freaking tall. So everyone has some context. Here is a Voyager class Bumblebee movie Optimus, and he barely comes up to this thing's little headlight nipples. So yeah, that is a big boy. And remember, like I said, this is a $13 figure. $12.99 gets you a very, very big guy. That being said, it's pretty obvious why this thing is so much cheaper. Despite the increased height, he is significantly lighter than that Optimus figure. Yeah, well, he's not significantly lighter, but he's noticeably lighter. So he's not very dense at all. Getting a nice zoom in, he does seem to have a very standard Transformers thing. Like, that is a generic AF face, not gonna lie. There's like literally just a visor there. But you know, like he has the front of the car is his torso. The arms come out of the wheel wells. Then he has his torso underneath, and then the rear part of the car makes his legs. It's a very standard layout for a car Transformer style toy. Although I might say the arms look really small and spindly here. If there was any notes, if this big old car panel, which is the door of the car, just had like a hinge here so that it could fold in half and actually cover the forearm, that might have the effect of beefing up the forearms to look a little bit more, punchy. Because the way it is, like, it just looks, you know, his arm just looks positively scrawny for how big and burly the chest is and how big these legs are. Posability is pretty good, but there is an issue. The head doesn't move. The head is literally only on a transformation hinge that puts it down into the torso, and it's one of those spring-loaded popping head gimmicks. He has a waist joint, which is actually pretty cool to see. And then his arms are on universal joints, like there's a ball joint in there, and then a universal joint on top of the ball joint, which is kind of redundant because there's really no distance between them. There's a 90-degree elbow and a bicep swivel, so no problem there. There's even wrist movement. This thing doesn't come with any kind of weaponry or accessory to put in his hand, but you know, he seems to have something resembling a standard 5mm port, although it does look a little bit elongated. You could probably get some Transformers accessories in there if you tried. He has ball jointed hips, only limited a bit of the outward movement because of the sculpt of the thigh, but they do get a decent range going forward and even more range going backwards, so he can have stepping articulation. He has effectively a double jointed knee, as there's the intended knee joint, which gets a 90-degree, and then the transformation joint allows his leg to go even deeper, so that's good. And he does have if my hand will get out of the way, he does have foot articulation. This flat panel that they pass off as his foot moves. So yeah, like there's a lot of joints in here, and it's very articulated. The problem is build quality. Some of the joints are super tight and strong feeling. Oh, by the way, he has a knee swivel, which you know helps. Some of these joints are tight and good, but others are very weak. And the ones that are weak are the ones for the transformation. Like when you try to, I find myself when I try to pose his arms around, I had to kind of hold his torso in place lest the transformation come undone. Cause like the thing that's holding his torso in place is friction. It does not actually peg into anything. Like, they couldn't budget in a peg or a clip or anything to actually hold the transformation together. So like this is a toy where when you're futzing with it, you have to like hold parts down while you move other parts, or else the entire thing just comes undone. And as you can see, this little flap behind his head just likes to fall on top of his head. But still, like I said, the figure is pretty posable. So like you can, once you get him into a decent action pose, he's holding it. He's standing. He's looking cool. He's fine. It's just that, you know, like if you're gonna hold him in your hand and mess with him, like it's gonna be a frustrating experience. It's the kind of thing where you get into a pose and then you gently set it down and don't touch it again. Also, like those door panels, like I said, the arms are too spindly. Those door panels are so huge, they cover up his entire forearm, and like you can't even see his hands. Like he physically can't even punch things. He'd actually be slicing people in the face with his door panels before his fist ever connects anything. So I guess you could say he kind of has a lethal slashing gimmick going on with those doors. Door blades is what I'm gonna nickname them. But yeah, like lots of posability, lots of articulation, and it physically does look pretty cool. The problem is, you know, just it feels cheap. It's not built to the same kind of high standards as a Transformer with all of its tight joints and precision engineering and, you know, parts that clip into place so they don't go falling around when you're messing the figure around, you know? But you know what? Let's see if the vehicle mode can win him back some points. Let's see. Can I transform this on camera? Okay, folks. To be fair, there were instructions in the box. They were just underneath the internal card sleeve. So, yes, I was about to chastise this figure for not having transformation instructions, but he does, so I'm not going to hold that against him now. That being said, it was pretty intuitive. Everything went where it was. Like, you know, you fold tuck the head in underneath this motor thing, put the fold it up straight, legs fold in on themselves, arms tuck in, goes onto the roof, and yeah, like that does look like okay, it looks like a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. Like it even has that iconic light blue color that car came in quite often. But it's just legally distinct enough that they don't actually have to pay the license. For one thing, it's clearly a two-door car. I believe the Bel Air was a four-door. Although don't quote me on that. I've only seen a few pictures in my research. But if you look at the front, it doesn't really have the Chevrolet emblems on it. Although this thing on the bumper, which kind of makes the front of the car look like a smiling face, that actually is a bit of a reference to the Bel Air. Although this was usually here on the front of the hood, and this is the the grill that takes air into the engine. Plus, the exposed engine on the hood is another thing that the Bel Air didn't have. So this is probably like a customized muscle car version of the Bel Air. That being said, it's nice. You got painted hubcaps. You got like the stripes on the side, the handles on the doors. The lights are painted in. You got a nice silver going on. I mean, everything is silver, blue, and white, so it's a very limited color palette, but it's appealing. It looks good. Like, there's nothing on here that I would look at it and say, that really could have used some more paint, because, it's all there. Whatever you would want to be painted is painted, and the only things that's missing are, like license plates or the grill or things like that, but this is a great rendition of, like, what a kid's toy version of the car would look like. It's a little bit squatter. It's a little bit blockier. The undercarriage is pretty obvious. But you know what? It works. The wheels roll like that. The robot parts don't drag on the ground. It's a perfectly functional little toy car. And, because of there's a thing about the way the shoulders connect, you kind of can sort of fake, like, the wheels turning. See? Like, the wheels kind of coming out now, like it's making a turn. I mean, it's a minor little thing, but I just figured it was worth mentioning because it does feature on the box art that the wheels can do, like, a turning thing. But yeah, holy crap, this is actually a really nice car. I'm actually more inclined to keep this thing displayed in its car mode because it's just that adorable. So yeah, like the robot is huge. I'm not gonna knock that. It is big. It's like a leader class transformer at least, possibly even commander class. It is a big robot. The transformation is very simple. And the really cute and really nice car mode kind of makes up for, like, some lacking in the engineering in the robot mode. I mean, credit, it's not completely a floppy mess. I just wish that there were some parts of the robot that pegged into place a little better. But, aside from that, yeah, like, 7 out of 10. I'm not sure, like a lot of these Mars converters are kind of enticing when you see them on the store shelves. Like my friend Zach, he actually bought the dinosaur one because he kind of thought it looked a little bit like the robot dinosaur from IDW Sonic. But then when he actually got it home and started transforming it, he was kind of severely underwhelmed. So I was not underwhelmed by this. I am whelmed. I'm not excited about it, but I'm not disappointed either. Gotta say, though, the car mode, this adorable yet awesome car mode, is truly its saving grace. So, if you always wanted a transforming toy of a 1957 Chevy Bel Air, then, yeah, I would totally recommend Valve Charger. Head out to your discount toy stores and see if they're in stock for the holiday season, because otherwise you're gonna have to order these things from Amazon, and I don't like ordering them from Amazon because the pricing is never consistent there. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.